Okay, so I told y'all I was gonna have some definitions, and very simple definitions. Definition of love, definition of the mind, right? So the definitions, plural, that I have for love is passionate affection, feeling of warm personal attachment, and to have a passionate desire. To have a passionate desire. And when you love, and especially in an unconditional way, and in this realm, that's what we're focusing on, unconditional love. Because if this is your spouse or someone that you are seeing as your spouse, future spouse, there should be an unconditional love. Conditional love should be out the window. It shouldn't be contingent upon it. It is what it is. So unconditional should definitely be what is shared between the two. And so mind, definitions, plural once again, of the mind is the element, part, substance, or process that reasons, thinks, feels, wills, perceives, or judges. That's just the first. And the second is an intellect or understanding. The third is the totality of conscious and unconscious. And I put a fourth down just because. And it is intellectual power. So as you can see, for the mind, it has everything to do with intellect. Somewhat synonymous with logic, what's logical. But when it comes to, blessed God, when it comes to being able to make love to the mind of your spouse, what comes before anything has to be submission. Check that. It has to be a dying to self. And by that dying to self, you become submissive. And I know we spoke before about the man being submitted to Christ because Christ is submitted to God, and it's a trickle down, and that's what I guess you can say makes it legal. I'm using legal as one sense of the word, but it makes sense for the woman to submit to the man because he submitted to Christ. Blessed Jesus. Once a man has committed to being and staying submitted to Christ, it makes it easy for the woman to submit to him. And so in that submission, it allows Christ, it allows Holy Spirit the ability to be able to speak into the minds of the two. That's how you'll be able to make love to the mind of your spouse the right way. The right way. Because as I mentioned before, who knows them better? Who knows your spouse better than the one who created? Nobody. So when you get insight on how to make love to your spouse's mind, then you get the ultimate cheat sheet. You know love languages. You know triggers. You know everything about how to touch, how to speak, tone of voice, proper time, proper timing. Because sometimes it's literally just a time to do and a time to wait. A time to do and a time to wait. But we want to be submitted to the one who can give us instruction. I'm going to jump into Proverbs 3 first. So we're going to go from Proverbs 3 verses 3 and 4 to Proverbs 16 verse 24. Okay? Told you there's a lot of verses tonight. It's a lot of verses tonight. Well, it's not a lot, but it's more than usual. Okay. Okay. Proverbs 3, verse 3 and 4. Do not let mercy and kindness and truth leave you. Instead, let these qualities define you. Bind them securely around your neck and write them on the tablet of your heart. So you find favor and high esteem in the sight of God and man, meaning mankind. So your spouse. Do not let mercy and kindness and truth leave you. Those are definitely qualities that you want to swim in, or have swimming in you, in something as serious as marriage, a kingdom marriage. You want to have those traits, you want to have those qualities and keep them at the forefront. Life is life and spirits are real, and sometimes the slightest thing that is said or done and misunderstood can attempt to cause a problem that shouldn't be a problem. But kindness and mercy, and sometimes it has to be more this than that one. Sometimes it does. And it's not to say that one should be one way all the time and the other should, be on the giving end or having to be the bigger person all of the time. Father Jesus, in the name. Hold on, we're trying to get the commercials to go on about their business. Okay. But it should be a give and take. It should be a give and take. And when you're submitted, as I mentioned before, learning and understanding and incorporating love languages and patience with your spouse, it'll become easier to exercise the use of these qualities and traits with them. It says, so you will find favor and high esteem in the sight of God and man. God is definitely going to honor you honoring your spouse. He's going to honor you having patience with your spouse. He's going to honor you having kindness and mercy with your spouse, because he has it with us, right? Every day, because we do something wrong every day, whether it's a thought or whatever. So he's going to honor that. So you'll end up with favor with God and with mankind, meaning your spouse. It's a beautiful thing. It's like a caressing of the heart when, a person may have done something that was not so likable, or said something that was not so likable, or whatever. And in this case, I'm talking about your spouse. They may have said something that was, a little out of line, I guess you could say, or you may have taken it the wrong way, or done something that you may not have liked, or, flubbed up and spent too much money, or so, you never know what it is. And to show kindness and to show mercy and what is it, truth? Definitely truth. Definitely truth. You want to be honest always, even when it hurts. You want to be honest, and to have those qualities and you exercise them all of the time. It's making love to your spouse before you're making it to the bedroom.